Hey, what's up? I'm Kelley Norton, your AZ Realty lady, and there's a lot of questions that first-time home buyers have when they're getting ready to think about the process.
Hi, I'm Kelley Norton, your AZ Realty lady at EXP Realty. Count on me for all things Arizona real estate.
Now, a lot of times they'll come up with these questions in the first 6 to 12 months before ever thinking about moving into their door of their new home. So I actually have a future first-time home buyer here with me. It's my nephew Trevor, and he's gonna fire off a couple questions to me, and I'm gonna answer these for you on the video. So hopefully if you are a first-time home buyer, maybe this is some of the questions that you've had as well. So Trevor, do you wanna fire off your first question?
When buying your first home, what should you look for so it can be profitable in a potential revenue stream or income property in the future?
Got it. Okay, so just to make sure I understand the question, you are asking what kind of things that you should look for in case you decide to live in it or maybe rent it out and have that as an investment in the future, correct?
Yeah, just a little bit of flexibility.
Got it. Okay. So first and foremost, when you're going to move into a property and you plan on living in the home, you want to look for things that you and your family are going to have as far as enjoyment. A lot of times when you're looking into the future for having it as an investment property, a lot of those things are going to align with what other folks are going to want with a property as well. One of those things is going to be infrastructure. So how far is it to the downtown area where people might be working? How far is it to dining and your everyday conveniences like your grocery stores or an outlet mall or a regular mall? And another thing is the schools. If you're planning to raise children in that home, you might want to check out the school districts and make sure that they have good schools and that there's great ratings for those schools. So a future rental, a lot of those people are going to be looking for that same type of information. So infrastructure, jobs that are around, ease and access to freeways, roadways, and also making sure that there's good schools. So you're really looking at the area around the home to see if that's going to be a good investment for you in the future. Now we can also pull some statistics in the past to see how many rentals in the area, what the rental rates are versus what a mortgage cost on the home to kind of give you an idea of how things are currently in today's market. We can't predict the future, but we can give you the information for today and even a little bit in the past as well. Does that kind of answer your question? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Hey, what's up? I'm Kelley Norton. I hope you're enjoying the information that I'm providing for you. And if you do, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell so that you can be notified when I drop a new video. And again, feel free, text me, email me, call me. I'm always here to help and I do answer my phone. Thanks so much. All right, fire away.
When you find a house that's below market and it needs some work done, how can you know what will be worth the investment?
Okay, so if you find a house and it needs work, you want to make sure that you're not wasting your money and throwing your money away. Am I kind of on the right path? Yeah. Okay, so I get this question a lot actually, and we'll start with what people look for when they are looking to purchase a home. A lot of people pay attention to the kitchen, and a lot of people pay attention to the bathrooms, especially the master bedroom, master suite area. The next one would probably be the backyard. So if you're gonna spend money, there's either a full rehab you can do or there's a little bit of lipstick that you can do. So it also depends on how long you're gonna be in your home. Let's say, Trevor, you're planning on being in your home for maybe 2 years. It might not be worth it for you to do a full kitchen rehab that's gonna cost you $30,000 or $40,000. So I would recommend to you that, hey, you know what, if the structure and the layout of the kitchen works for you, but you might just want to give it a little bit of a facelift, then maybe just replacing the appliances and new handles on the cabinets might be a good thing for you to do. So you can get that done for a few thousand versus a full kitchen rehab where you're ripping out cabinets, countertops, appliances, everything. That's gonna probably be a lot bigger of an investment than just that little bit of making it look pretty. You're gonna get, I think, the best bang for your buck there. Now you're talking about a backyard. It's gonna depend on the location. So if you, and on the size of your yard too. So if you're in like a patio home community versus like a single family detached home community, patio home, you could probably just have some pavers and be done with it. In a full backyard, if it's all dirt, a lot of times people look at that and they are really scared to have to landscape the entire yard. So you could easily put in some rock, a little bit of pavers, and a couple of plants and make it look very nice, versus having to go and put in a full pool and pavers and trees and bushes and artificial turf. That's going to cost you a lot more. So you can get away with doing some minor things there, especially if you're only going to be there for a few years. If this is your long haul home, you think you might sell it in 7 to 10 years, then do what you want. Get the pool if you want the pool. 7 to 10 years is longer than the average person stays in their home. So, hey, do what you want in your backyard and go for it. Does that kind of help with giving an idea of kind of the lipstick facelift version versus the full overhaul?
Yeah, sure does.
Okay.
Last question. What type of location should I look for when buying a first-time home so that I don't end up in a downturned area that it might be good now?
Got it. Okay. So one of the things too, a lot of people ask, is it better to be in downtown or is it better to be out in a suburb or out in an outskirt area? And there's a desire for people, no matter where you are, there's going to be a buyer for the home. Now, when you're in more of a rural area, it's a different type of buyer that probably doesn't have to drive all the way into town, or if they do, they're okay with that because they can afford more in that suburb or outskirt area. So there's always going to be a buyer for that. But no matter what your area is that you're purchasing, here's some tips. If you're near a railroad track, that can be something that's a negative for you. If you have a loud noise from the railroad or it runs right behind your house, that can definitely be a negative for you. Number 2, you want to decide if this is a community that has the majority of HOAs versus not an HOA. So some people don't want an HOA because they want to be able to park their RV or their boat or whatever they want out front. But some people who have no HOAs just trash their whole front yard and can have vehicles up on blocks in the front too. So it really just depends when you drive around and you look at the community. If it has no HOA, just make sure that the homes appear to be pretty well taken care of. Another thing is, if you back to a major road, freeway, you just want to be careful there because you can have a lot of traffic noise. Some people are afraid of the pollution that could come from having a freeway there. And so in our market, a lot of times the average that we'll see is anywhere from 10 to 20% reduction in price for backing to one of these really big negatives. Some people like backing to a street because they don't have a neighbor behind them. So even though there's a little noise, they have privacy. So again, there's always a buyer for every home, but the majority of buyers would rather not have the noise of backing to a street. Having maybe an airport nearby, that could be something that could also offer you some noise that you might not like too. Power lines in Arizona are something that some people don't want to back to as well. So if you have power lines that are behind your house or visible from your house, be careful about that. And maybe have your real estate agent compare houses that back to that same location versus ones that don't in the same community and see if that has affected the value. In a great market like we are today in 2021, people are buying stuff no matter where it is location-wise. They're still buying it and paying great money for it. But when you're in a slower market, having these location challenges can definitely affect the price that you're going to get for the home and how long it sits on the market. So you definitely want to think about those things. Do you have any more questions, or is that it for now?
No, that answers all my questions. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Well, if there's anything else that I can help you out with on your purchase, whether it be your first purchase or if you're a seasoned veteran here buying, I'm here to help, and I welcome you to Arizona. And again, I'm Kelley Norton, your AZ Realty lady. Have a great day. I just shot an entire video and this guy sat under the chair. I don't think it showed in the video, but oh my God, he's so funny.
Hi, I'm Kelley Norton, your AZ Realty lady at EXP Realty. Count on me for all things Arizona real estate.